I've always wanted to make things to where people would really enjoy them. The biggest joy that I have, number one, is probably seeing the finished product. It's really personal, and especially when you can actually put your two hands on something and you're like start to finish. You look at all this and just pieces of wood, white pieces of wood, yellow, whatever, and by the time you're done, you look back at it, and you're like, man, I made that. That's awesome. One of my biggest influences, and I'm gonna tell you right now, is my girl. She's really big on, helping me get my mind off of stuff from the past, and she kind of inspired me to do this woodworking. And we had gone to church one weekend, one Sunday, and they were doing some kind of lesson, and they had something about woodworking on there. It was short, but I was like, man, that would be great. I would love to do something like that, and have people just look at that, I made that, what you're sitting in, I made that. And I've never been able to do something like that, so that's pretty much it. I think my inspiration, when I very first started, what it came from was making something out of nothing. Once I see the finished product, I love it, and I'm just like, wow. But then there's certain things, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that, and I'll see every little flaw. But once it gets fixed, and then I give it to somebody, family, whatever, man, and seeing their faces and like just the joy that they have, that's my favorite part. Yes, it does help me. It takes my mind off of stuff. It makes me really positive to do this kind of work. But to actually just give it to somebody and, like I said, just have them enjoy it and them appreciate, I guess, more than anything. I literally started whittling basically little branches or trees, and I was kind of been going through a little bit of stuff and a little bit of depression because of things that had happened in the past at certain dates, and they were pretty rough. But anyway, I started whittling those, and it got my mind off of that stuff, and then I'd end up with something like this. This one's not finished yet, but it still has to. I'm going to put turquoise on the top, and that was my first stain job, really, and it was just fun. It's a walking stick. I had no idea what I was doing. I always can just whittle or whatever. I've done that a million times, but actually making something that's useful for somebody else is very enjoyable for me. It takes my mind off of a lot and really makes me think. It's funny is I think about, Christ being a carpenter, and I always think about that all the time when I'm doing it, and he, that was his passion as far as jobs, yet, on the other hand, his main passion, was spreading the word, but, and getting the word out. If I could tie that into, my woodwork, I would love to do something like that. I think maybe have some passages or something on the, on the wood itself.